we're gonna react to one of the best strength coaches, fitness influencers on the planet, in my opinion. And we're gonna start right now. Now, when I'm looking at fitness influencers or if I'm looking at a strength coach, I wanna see someone who, one, has walked the walk at some point, right? Like somebody who has been in a game, who has trained hard, who has done it. Two, I want to see somebody who has decent principles, okay, that has applied those principles to other athletes outside of themselves, and that has been able to develop individuals over a longer period of time. And then three, someone with decent charisma and ability to put out their message without really being a jerk, right? To just approach it from this holistic position, say, this is what I've done, this is how I've tested people, this is how I've applied it with training, and this is what we can do moving forward to just have some positive sense to the world upon us, okay? And that's gonna take us into who we're gonna check out today. And that individual is from Strong by Science, and his name is Max Schmarzo, which I still wanna know if that's actually his real name, because he's got this sweet mustache. And Max Schmarzo, when I always think about his last name, I feel like it's like it's not his real last name, but it could be. I feel like it's not his last name, but I'm almost positive it is. It just sounds like somebody who's this high level character. So one thing that I wanna point out is that I've been almost fully exposed and learned from him through Instagram. I think he does an absolutely fantastic job, and I've even learned some movements from him directly on Instagram, which shows how awesome freaking social media is, and that we've applied into some of our warm-ups, into some of our athlete day training. You know, inside of our at peak strength, we have days that we focus on leg power, we have days that we focus on upper body power, athlete day based training, impulse based training, and a lot of the stuff that we're gonna cover today, we have put inside of our at peak strength so that we can improve our overall athletic ability in sports performance. So let's check out Max Schmarzo and what he is all about. Okay, so this one, absolutely one of my favorites. It looks ridiculous, but one thing that we've even done here at Garage Strength, we've got a net that we've hung down, and we've even played the balloon game back and forth with the net lower, so it's almost harder to see. And it's an absolutely crazy warm-up, but it's also phenomenal for just change of direction. So if you have somebody who struggles with the shuttle, I would use this as a warm-up and also educate the athlete on when they plant, how to get out of that, where their torso should be. Using snatch grip, high pulls, a bunch of different variations of jumps, and that's like some of the awesome stuff that I see he does when he's doing his training. He does, you know, to a point, it looks like he uses traditional contrast methods. He does a lot of jumps. He looks like a taller dude. I think he played D2 or D3 basketball. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he did. But he also focuses on a lot of strength-based training, and I think that with the athletes he's working with, they seem to develop quite a bit of strength and also learn how to apply it. Like, this is freaking cool. So simple isometric work in positions that are going to be similar to what you're planting, where you're planting in the sport like basketball. Hold that position 30 to 45 seconds. Again, something like this. Banded kettlebell swings. Quick react. Oh, and actually, I just see this. Okay. Allow the band to pull you into a hinge pattern and then rapidly reverse. Boom, 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 boom. The loading should feel impulsive. Too heavy a weight can make the movement less effective. Impulsive, okay, so it should make you feel like you have to do it, but also impulse is force over a designated period of time, a specific period of time. So the more that we get in tune, you know, and I think that a lot of people almost wrongfully use the term power, okay, and they'll say, oh, it's strength and speed. Impulse is actually, in my opinion, the better term to define force application in a designated period of time. Okay, so if you're a shot putter, your designated period of time is basically the distance of the shot circle, 7 feet. That's going to be about a second and a half to 2 seconds. If you're an offensive lineman and you have to make contact with your opponent, that time frame is going to be about 0.4 seconds at the Division I level. So you can start to learn how to apply force within that window as effectively as possible. And this is a great exercise to do that. Love this. Love it. Yeah, that's something too I wanted to point out is that I think the cool part with some of the stuff he puts out is that he, like, oftentimes we'll see in today's world like absolutes. You can't train with machines, they're terrible. Or you can't train full range of motion, or you should only train full range of motion. And the cool part is he's taking this all-encompassing approach. Like, you can do isometrics, you can do partial range of motion, you can do jumps, you can do weighted jumps, you can do machine-based training, you can do depth drops. And that's really when you start to see, you know that someone's more open-minded and they get it. And so again, going back to what we talked about in the beginning, is that we're looking at someone, okay, one, who does a simple job of putting their stuff out there. They do a great job of communicating the goals of these movement patterns. Two, they've got cool stuff that they're doing. The balloon drill, I've seen him play the balloon drill with some of the guys he's training. I've seen him do things with plyometrics. I've seen him do things with speed-based work. I've seen him lift really heavy. I want to say he's deadlifted over 600 plus pounds. I've seen him do power cleans or snatch high pulls. I've seen him do those depth drops, the isometric holds, the different things to try and stabilize specific joints. And so check out Max Schmarzo. I think he is one of the all-time best influencers that we have in the sports performance world. I think he's going to continue to have a massive impact, not only on social media, but also in the actual world of sports performance. And that's just going to show you what type of coach he actually is. And I think that as he continues to grow, as he's getting older, he's going to continuously have this impact, not only on social media, but also directly with his high-level athletes. Because remember, freaks, if you want to become a champion, you always got to cultivate your power and learn from the best. Peace.